What's going on, world? It's another episode of Soul Access there on your screen. I'm George Kiel here with Brian Brigger, the equipment manager of the Arizona Wildcats. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, man. I'm here to bear down with you.
There we go.
We're gonna do a day in the life of you, college edition style. How long have you been here?
This will be my fourth season here at the University of Arizona. Previously worked at the University of Pittsburgh. I've known Coach John Miller for about 15 years when I was a student manager at Xavier under Thad Mata, and Sean was the associate head coach.
Okay, so we're here to see some brand new kicks. I know it's the start of the season close, and Miles Simon has put the pressure on you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Let's check it out.
Sounds good. Well, this is a trophy case. This is where the guys come out, take the floor every day. We have a rich history here at Arizona, whether it's the 97 national champions, the 2001 runner-up, and then all our Pac-12s right here. From last year, we were double winners, tournament champions, back-to-back regular season champions, which is always fun. But as you keep going down, you can look Pac-10s from 2005 all the way to 1989 and even 1988. It's a rich history. That's why it's a players program, whether it's past, current, or future guys. This is where the guys come out. We got our rich history of all our Elite Eights, all the way back from 76, all the way to TJ McConnell on the other side.
You speak of rich history. You guys also have a rich sneaker history, from Miles Simon to Mike Bibby wearing foam posits. Are the guys currently really big into sneakers?
A couple of them are. Nike does a great job with us, and that really helps. They give us some KDs or some LeBrons, and the guys get really hyped with that.
Your Nike IDs here are pretty awesome.
Yeah, you know, I've gotten into that a little bit. I'll order 2 or 3 shoes for the year for myself. I'm a big Air Max guy. I like to do that. They're comfortable shoes. I don't mind spending the extra cash if I can get color schemes that I like. Okay, we're right outside the equipment room. This is where everybody likes to have access to, but unfortunately only a few lucky people have access into the equipment room. So we'll go in, I'll kind of show you where everything's at and what I do on a daily basis. As you can tell, right now it's a lot of boxes around. This time of year, we're getting shoes for track and field. We're also getting some of our Nike orders that we placed last year arriving for October into November. My main responsibility is men's basketball, women's soccer, men's golf, and men's tennis, which those 4 sports take up a lot of my time, but I enjoy it. This is where I keep all my basketball stuff. Here's all the shoes that we've gotten in the past. The KDs from a couple years ago, and then this was the options that we had last year. We got LeBrons, which it's clean white look. I really like aesthetically how it looked. And then the 2 KDs, run the low, and then we had the Hyper Revs here, which once again another clean look. This is for the Cactus. Nike sent these out here for the Pac-12 tournament last year, and my guys were pretty stoked when they got to wear these because, you know, as you can tell, you have grays, the blues, the whites, and then you get this red pair with the Cactus logo. It's something different, and that's, you know, the guys like that. If it's different, they're gonna like it, and very comfortable shoe. So Nike did a tremendous job with those.
And besides the Cactus pair, what are some of the pairs that people have really enjoyed playing in?
Really enjoyed playing in. Run the lows last year were pretty good, but I would say the KDs. These guys do like the KDs a lot. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, who's now in Brooklyn, he really enjoyed the LeBrons. You know, I really like them all, but if we had to go to my favorite, I would like the Kobe's. I liked how aesthetically it looked, how comfortable they were. But also the Hyper Revs were good too. Those were my 1 and 2.
Fast forward to a game day. What do you do in preparation for the game in regards to the locker room and setting up everything? We
usually shoot about 4 hours or about 5 hours before game time. And when those guys go out for their shoot around, I take all the uniforms and everything into the locker room and I set it up, put their jerseys up, their shorts up, and make sure their locker area looks nice while they're shooting. So when they come in, all they gotta do is take everything off the hanger. I also do laundry loops. So my loops, if they wear compression shorts, the socks that they like are all together on one loop. My whole thing is I don't want them coming to talk to me on game day because that distracts them from the ultimate goal of winning a game. So my job is to make sure I have everything that they need. A couple hours before the game, I'll go back to the locker room and There might be a guy that might wants to change his socks, so I'm right there for them, and anything that they need, I'm there. But like I said, I don't want them asking questions. You know, if they're asking questions, I'm not doing my job properly.
Have there been any idiosyncrasies from some of the players in the past that they have to have, you know, certain laces, or they have to have an extra size up or anything like that?
You know, not really. Stanley liked to switch up whether it was an undershirt or a sleeveless shirt, so I was always prepared for that. The good thing is he told me ahead of the time, ahead of the season, like, so I always ask guys, what do you want to wear? Do you want a compression shirt? Do you want a short sleeve shirt? What do you like? And he kind of told me what depends on the game. So if they tell me that, all right, I'm prepared. I'm ready for, okay, today you're gonna wear a short sleeve shirt, I got you, here you go. But yeah, there's nothing crazy. They do a really good job of telling me ahead of time of what they want. This is not just basketball, this is all our sports. So as you can tell, I have a couple pairs. The black is the Kobe's. You have some KDs left over. So I try to have a size run per guy, so an extra 16 pairs. The average player will go through about 5 to 6 pairs of shoes a year.
For you personally, how does setting up for a game compared to a practice?
Game, it's several hours before, and I'm more anxious to make sure everything goes right. Whereas a practice, you know, I set up the day before.
Now talk about road games. Some equipment managers we've done, they take 2 and 3 duffel bags, which can be quite heavy, obviously. How do you prepare?
I usually take about 8 to 9 bags with me on the road. I'm lucky that I travel with about 4 or 5 managers that do a tremendous job and help me out. Because of the Pac-12, it's always a double road trip. When we go to LA, we're playing UCLA, USC, so I'm gonna pack 2 uniforms. But also on top of that, every scholarship guy will have a backup jersey just in case, to where if there's blood, it rips. I'm ready there on the sideline. I'll also take 1 size run of shoes. So I'm gonna take an 11, a 12, 14, a 15, and a 16 with me just in case of a blowout. And most of my guys also will take 2 shoes themselves just in case like the blowout blows out again. You know, you have a backup for the backup.
Now, Brian, I know you mentioned you work with a golf team as well, and they're doing some unique things with golf cleats now these days. So kind of run through some of those.
So these are the Lunar Controls. These are ones from last year where it's just your typical Nike ID, to where, you know, you have the A, and then it's our color scheme here. This is this year's version. Our assistant coach and head coach will go through and kind of pick it out and choose. But what they want is, you know, more of our colors, to have a unique shoe out there that has a red in it, that has a navy in it. It helps. And then they throw their initials on there, and, you know, an A or a bear down you can throw on there, which is nice. And then there's also another pair that they've already achieved that's more of a navy with the white swoosh and, you know, red right there. So changes it up a little bit so they can look good out there on the golf course and have some fun with that.
Yeah. Now, any sneaker lover would dream to be back here. This is like a organized chaos.
It is.
Do you have it actually in the organization, or is it just all over the place?
No, it's pretty organized. Emily, one of the assistants that works here, she has all her women's golf here, which goes into women's tennis, which goes into women's basketball, which goes into, you know, softball. For me, I have my sports over here. I go from women's soccer into men's tennis, into a little bit of more men's tennis, and then you have men's golf all the way down to basketball.
Well, we'll conclude with it. Give us some stories over your 4 years here that involve sneakers.
2 years ago, Aaron Gordon, he didn't switch shoes. He always loved the shoes because he liked how they fit his foot. And we're playing USC, his shoelaces ripped. And he's running up the court yelling at me, and he's like, you know, I need new shoes. Or I was like, all right, I run back. He doesn't like the ones I have. In a timeout, he's like, just relace them. So he's in a timeout. I literally had 45 seconds to take the old lace out and put it back in, and somehow I was able to do it. I mean, I think I've tried to recreate that, and it's taken me like 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and I'm like, you know, I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can and not be seen by coach. And all of a sudden he goes out there and everything was fine. So that was probably the best shoe story I got.